Welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. This time, we're going to be taking a look at something pretty fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
It's this piece called Perfect Total Eclipse, the intentional and exquisite choreography of the sun, moon, and earth.
Hmm.
It's from a book called Still Point, Sacred Geometry and the Evolution of Consciousness.
I see.
And we're going to explore this pretty intriguing idea that
Oh, yeah.
those stunning total eclipses
Oh,
that
yeah.
we sometimes get to see
Yeah.
might be more than just a cosmic coincidence.
That's a very interesting concept. To really kind of to get into it, though,
Yeah.
I think we need to start with what the source calls the 400 factor.
Okay, so what is this 400 factor? What is it all about?
Well, it turns out that
Yeah.
the sun is roughly 400 times larger than the moon.
Okay.
But here's the kicker.
Yeah.
It's also about 400 times farther away from the Earth.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So that's why they look the same size in the sky.
Exactly.
During an eclipse. Oh, wow.
That's what makes those perfect total eclipses possible,
Wow. I never thought of that.
where the moon
Yeah.
perfectly covers the sun's disk.
That is such a crazy coincidence.
And it's even more mind-boggling when you consider
Yeah.
that the moon is very slowly drifting away from the Earth.
So are you saying that this
Yeah.
this perfect alignment that we have that creates these jaw-dropping eclipses,
Yes.
that's not going to last forever?
It is not. It's the source talks about
Ah.
a window of about 100 million years
Okay.
where this perfect alignment is even possible.
Okay.
Now, 100 billion years
Yeah.
sounds like a really long time, right?
Right.
But it's only about 1%
Yeah.
of our solar system's estimated lifespan.
Wow. 1%. It makes you realize how fleeting,
It really does.
even on a cosmic timescale, these things are. I mean, if dinosaurs had been, I don't know, like astronomers or something,
Yeah.
they may not have witnessed this
Yeah.
kind of eclipse at all.
It really highlights the fact
Right.
that we humans just happen to exist
Yeah.
on Earth during a very special time.
Yeah, that's true.
And it gets even more remarkable
Yeah.
when you zoom in further
Okay.
and you think about,
Yeah.
Homo sapiens have only been around for
Yeah.
what, like 200,000 years?
Right. That's a tiny,
A
tiny
tiny fraction.
fraction of that 100 million year window.
Exactly.
Wow.
Like we're catching the tail end of this
Right.
incredible cosmic phenomenon.
It's pretty wild, and this is where
Yeah.
this source starts to get really mind-bending, because they take this idea
Yeah.
of perfect alignment and this window, and they run with it and suggest
Yeah.
that it might not be random chance at all.
That's right. The source introduces this concept of intentional design.
So are we talking about
Oh.
aliens or like
Clovis.
a divine architect or something? Like,
It doesn't get quite that specific.
No.
It's more the idea that the universe might not be
yeah.
as random as we often think.
Okay.
And the author links this idea of intentionality
Okay.
to something called still point geometry.
Okay, what is still point geometry? I've never heard of that.
It's described as kind of the underlying structure
Okay.
of existence,
Yeah.
kind of the interface between the non-manifesting
Okay.
and the physical world,
Hmm.
like a blueprint for
Ah.
reality itself.
Okay, so can you give me an example of still point geometry?
Well, you think about the golden ratio
Okay.
or the Fibonacci sequence.
Right.
Those are mathematical patterns
Right. Yeah.
that show up everywhere in nature.
Right. Yeah.
From, the spiral of a seashell
Yeah.
to the arrangement of petals in a flower.
Right.
The source suggests that still point geometry is kind of like that,
Yeah.
but on a grander
Okay.
cosmic scale.
So is the author saying that like eclipses are like
Right.
these giant
Blueprints.
They see these perfect eclipses as
Right.
as a kind of expression of this deeper geometry.
Yeah.
And because of this, they believe that eclipses
Okay.
might be a form of communication
Communication from what, though?
from a higher intelligence.
Whoa. Hold on. Communication from a higher intelligence? That's a big claim.
It is.
That's a pretty big claim.
It is a big claim, and that's where things start to get,
Yeah.
a little more speculative, I think.
Right.
But before we dive into the why of these potential messages,
Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about just the experience itself.
Okay.
Because whether or not you buy into this
Right.
idea of cosmic messages,
Yeah.
there's no denying that witnessing a total eclipse
Yeah.
is a profoundly moving experience.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a partial eclipse when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And even that was
Yeah.
pretty incredible.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a reason why eclipses have captivated humans
Yeah.
for centuries.
Yeah, totally.
There's these rare, these fleeting moments
Right.
where the celestial clockwork of the universe is just laid bare
Right.
for us to see.
Totally.
You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that makes you think.
it really does.
Yeah, it does. But let's go back to this idea of eclipses as communication.
Yeah.
If these eclipses are some kind of cosmic message, what are they trying to tell us?
Well, the source doesn't lay out like a specific message,
Right.
but they offer some interesting clues.
Okay.
You know, they talk about how this perfect alignment of the sun and the moon during an eclipse
Yeah.
is only possible, you know, during this incredibly narrow window of time.
Right. That 100 million year window we talked about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we humans just happen to be around to
Well,
see it.
Right. And not only that, yeah.
But we've also, you know, developed the scientific understanding
Exactly.
to predict eclipses, to know exactly when and where they're going to happen.
It's almost like we've been given this front row seat to this incredible cosmic show.
That does make you wonder.
It does.
Yeah.
And the author takes it a step further.
Okay.
And they point out that we're living through this time
Right.
of unprecedented change and challenges on Earth.
Well, it does feel like we're at a bit of a crossroads, right?
Precisely.
Yeah.
You know, you've got climate change,
Right.
social upheaval,
Yeah.
technological advancements that are really reshaping our world.
Yeah. It's a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
And the source suggests
Yeah.
that perhaps these eclipses, you know, happening at this particular moment in human history,
Yeah.
are a kind of wake-up call.
A wake-up call. In what sense?
Well, they don't say it explicitly.
But it seems like they're suggesting
Yeah.
that we need to pay attention
Okay.
to the bigger picture.
Okay.
You know, that maybe we need to shift our perspectives.
Right.
And look beyond just our immediate concerns.
I see. So it's almost like the eclipse is kind of a reminder
Mm-hmm.
that we're part of something
Yeah.
much bigger than ourselves.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And perhaps the message of the eclipse
Yeah.
is that we need to reconnect
Okay.
with that sense of interconnectedness.
Oh, okay.
To remember that we're not just, you know,
Yeah.
isolated individuals,
Yeah.
but part of this vast,
Right.
intricate web of life.
That makes me think about how ancient cultures
Right?
used to view eclipses.
Yeah.
You know, many saw them as like omens or
Mhm.
messages from the gods.
Exactly.
Often with, you know, a mixture of fear and reverence.
That's right.
Yeah.
Eclipses have always held a certain power over the human imagination.
Yeah.
They disrupt the normal order of things.
Yeah.
You know, they literally darken the sky in the middle of the day.
It's true.
It's no wonder they inspired awe
Right.
and wonder.
But it sounds like this author is suggesting we move beyond
Mhm.
just the fear or the wonder
Right.
and look for a deeper meaning.
Yeah, that's my interpretation.
Okay.
They seem to be saying that eclipses are not just random events,
Right.
but opportunities for us
Yeah.
to reflect on our place in the universe
Okay.
and to consider the larger forces at play.
I'm really into this, but let's be honest.
Yeah.
Reading about eclipses is one thing.
Sure.
Experiencing one firsthand is something else entirely.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And luckily for us,
Yeah.
the source dives into the author's personal experience
Yeah.
of witnessing the total solar eclipse that crossed the United States back in August of 2017.
Oh, that's the one I remember seeing all those pictures of, the
Yeah.
Great American Eclipse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the author's account
Yeah.
of that experience is incredible.
Okay.
They were up on this ridge overlooking the Snake River.
Okay.
And they describe how as the moon started to cover the sun,
Yeah.
everything seemed to slow down.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
There's something about that gradual dimming of the light
Mm-hmm.
that feels almost surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The author even talks about, you know, trying to meditate
Oh, wow.
during that time,
Yeah.
but being too distracted
Yeah.
by the anticipation of what was about to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And then as the eclipse reached totality.
Oh, come on, don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
So what happened? What happened when it finally reached totality?
Well, the author describes it as a total transformation,
Okay.
like stepping into another world.
Right.
The light took on this strange ethereal quality,
Hmm.
and the temperature noticeably dropped.
Oh, wow.
And And then there was the silence.
Oh, wow.
I said it was like the whole world was holding its breath.
I bet that was intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they even mentioned noticing the Vesica Pisces shape
Okay.
as the moon almost completely covered the sun.
You mean that almond shape?
Yeah, you know when two circles overlap?
Yeah. I know that one.
It's
It's all over like ancient art and architecture.
exactly. It's this fundamental pattern in sacred geometry.
All right. Yeah.
And it just spontaneously appeared
Wow.
in the sky during the eclipse.
Okay. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if those ancient cultures
Right.
who were so fascinated by eclipses
Mm-hmm.
were picking up on something that we've kind of forgotten about.
It's definitely food for thought.
Yeah.
And the author goes on to describe how during totality the sun and moon no longer looked like flat discs in the sky,
Yeah.
but like three-dimensional spheres.
Oh, wow.
Like you suddenly become aware
Right.
of the immense scale of the universe
Yeah.
and our tiny place within it.
That is something I've always found so fascinating about astronomy.
Oh yeah,
It's just it puts things into perspective.
it really does.
Our everyday problems just seem so insignificant
Yeah.
when you contemplate the vastness of space.
Yeah, the author describes feeling this sense of awe and wonder.
Mm.
You know, this feeling of being connected to something
Right.
much greater than themselves.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about surrendering to the experience,
Mhm.
feeling this deep sense of peace and unity.
It sounds almost like a spiritual experience.
Many people describe it that way.
Right.
The author concludes by saying
Okay.
that the eclipse was this powerful reminder
Yeah.
of the importance of expanding our consciousness,
Mm.
recognizing our connection to the cosmos,
Right.
and the mystery that lies at the heart of all things.
Wow. Okay. So we've gone from this mind-blowing cosmic coincidence
Yeah.
to the idea of intentional design, to a deeply personal and transformative experience.
It's quite a journey.
It really is.
Really is.
It's a testament to the power of eclipses, for sure.
Yeah.
To ignite our curiosity, to challenge our assumptions,
Mhm.
and to remind us of our place in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely.
So what does all this mean for us, for the listeners? What are we supposed to take away?
Well, I think that the biggest takeaway here is to approach the world with a sense of wonder and curiosity.
Okay.
To not take things for granted.
Right.
To ask questions.
Right.
And to be open to the possibility
Yeah.
that there's more to reality than meets the eye.
And to appreciate, this incredible cosmic dance that's happening all around us.
Absolutely. Even if we can't always see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the next time we witness a total eclipse,
Yeah.
we'll remember this conversation
Mm-hmm.
and see it not just as this spectacular event,
Yeah.
but as a potential message,
Right.
an invitation to explore
Yeah.
the deeper mysteries of the universe,
Yeah.
and our place within it.
I think that's a